What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's new episode. Today's fighter breakdown episode is going to be on the legend Masakazu Imanari, coming out of Japan, the leg lock master. Now, I was introduced to Masakazu Imanari through the B Team channel. They had a documentary out there in Japan when they did the quintet tournament. And we saw a few things over there at the Imanari's gym. You know, J-Rod introduced himself to Imanari. They trained with him. And I decided to do a little bit more research on the boy. We're going to talk about his early life, his mindset towards fighting, and just about him and his legacy. So Masakazu Imanari is not a big guy. He's 5'5". He fought in the bantamweight division, bantamweight and lightweight. He fought for multiple organizations. Some of those organizations were Dream, based out of the UK, won championship, fought for Ryzen, fought for Pride FC. He did not fight in the UFC. But he is still active as a one championship competitor at the age of 49 years old, which is absolutely insane. His fighting style is very unorthodox, to say the least. If we could see a little bit from the highlights here, any joint manipulation, submissions, anything from the lower extremity of the body is getting attacked, bro. If he grabs an ankle, a knee, it's over with, bro. You're going to start hearing pops. And you want to tap soon. But he was born in 1976 in Hanado, Japan. And growing up, he had a spinal condition that prevented him from playing any sports from the ages of 13 to 18. And he ended up getting 3 surgeries at the age of 14, 16, and 18. And once he turned 18 years old and his back was in a little bit better condition, he decided to start doing kickboxing, which eventually led to MMA. He also did a little bit of catch wrestling, but he talked about the inspiration for all these leg locks and attacks was actually fighting with his older brother. They would mess around. They would fight at the house, to get a little scuffles here and there. And that's kind of where he learned how to fight and to defend himself, and realized, hey, maybe diving at the legs helps him out a little bit. Now, this in MMA perspective is very dangerous. You really don't see it too much in today's MMA, but he's inspired many jiu-jitsu practitioners such as Ryan Hall, Gary Tonin, and also there's a clip out there. There's a couple clips out there of Tony Ferguson hitting a couple Imanari rolls here and there. He admitted that he wasn't good at wrestling or passing guard. So those are 2 important key factors in fighting. So he decided that the answer to that was just going to go straight to the legs, attack the submissions, and it doesn't matter how he's going to get there. In the fights that we could see from the highlights, he's diving, doing his signature Imanari roll. He does his thing in his own way, and I feel like that kind of describes Imanari in the most authentic way. He's not really trying to fit into a pattern or fit into a mold of the traditional MMA fighter. They asked him in this interview that I was looking at before, they asked him what style does Imanari fight, and he answered Imanari. He fights Imanari style, and he doesn't really recommend fighters to fight in the same way he does, because he knows at a higher level it is very dangerous to do what he does, and there's a lot of time and effort and hours put in going into his craft, man. If there's anybody who mastered a certain move, Imanari and the Imanari roll, that's the one that he has perfected. So if you guys look up on YouTube, Imanari roll, or if you guys have heard the phrase Imanari roll before, it is from Masakazu Imanari. And he has been super active. He has I think he has 64 professional fights on his record. His record stands at 40 wins, 22 losses with 2 draws. And his last fight was against Marcelo Garcia. He did lose, but just still being active at the age of 49 years old is absolutely wild to me. It just shows kind of the person that he is. And if you guys saw on that B Team channel, bro, J-Rod went full ADCC on the boy. But I really just wanted to talk to you guys about using your weaknesses as strengths. Sometimes, you get dealt a bad hand and you think it's over. But that wasn't the case with Imanari. If you really look at it, he didn't have the best luck. When it comes to height, he wasn't the tallest. When it comes to his back condition, he had to get 3 surgeries. He couldn't play any sports. He decides to go to MMA out of all the sports out there, and he dedicated his life to mastering his craft. But if we think about it, like, he really was a pioneer for the sport. You really can't take that away from him. Attacking the legs, doing ankle lock submissions, knee bars, anything from the lower half of the body. He was really ahead of his time when it comes to this. Now we have John Danaher. They coined the leg lock system for all the submissions and attacks, but it really shows that this can also be applied in an MMA sense. A lot of people kind of give this style approach, a lot of hate, I would say, just because it's not the most entertaining, but it also can be done. Maybe not at the highest level, but there is still cases where heel hooks, straight ankle locks, knee bars, they all could end a fight. And it would definitely be something to look out for, man. So just like, if you realize, like, hey, maybe I'm not the best in this category, or there's always ways to go around it. If you can't pass guard, you can't wrestle, maybe Imanari role will be good for you. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a breakdown on Masakazu, just because there is not a lot of information online. I had to do a little bit of a deep dive onto his one page. I also looked at his Wikipedia, and there's a couple videos in Japanese. But I just want to show a different variety of athletes that have impacted the MMA community, and also in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And Masakazu Imanari will definitely be a legend and a name to remember for years to come. So hopefully we get to see him back in action soon. I know it's crazy to say at the age of 50, but he is definitely still very active and trains every day. He trains all the time. He has a cool Instagram, posts cool pictures. And actually, when we went to Japan, we were kind of nearby his gym. I kind of wish that we were able to check it out. We were very new to jiu-jitsu at the time. And I also want to take the time to say thank you to you guys. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned if you guys enjoy videos like this. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate you guys. We out. Peace.